Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be covering another Advanced Wars by Web replay with my commentary. So this is another Global League match that I played maybe a month ago now, and very even matchup. We got Adder versus Adder on the map called Walking with Machines. I'll be purple, or Purple Lightning against what's your name? Choubigogs. I'm just going to call him Chobi to make it easy. And he's going to be White Nova. So first time I played this map, and actually when I signed up for the Global League, I actually got this map twice. So I was playing two matches of the same map at the same time, and I played almost the same on both maps, and the same strategy worked for both. I actually ended up winning both of those matches. However, the other match wasn't as exciting, and I technically won before a lot of action took place. I'm only going to cover this game, but this one's a fairly good one. So Adder's it's a bottom tier CO, and let's go ahead and pull up his chart and let's go over him really quick. So no day-to-day abilities, really simple. And he's probably the most simple CO in the game. His CO power, Side Slip, gives +1 movement to all units for only 2 stars. And his superpower is Sidewinder, which gives all his units 2 movement for additional 3 stars for a total of 5. So Adder's a very simple CO, to be honest. Probably one of the easiest to use COs in the game. But he's also very good. He's actually one of the best in the bottom tier. As far as COs go, because he is so balanced and no weaknesses and just movement benefits. It's really strong. For only 2 stars, getting that +1 move is really huge. And but in this case, we're going to be very even because we're both Adder, so not too many benefits to that movement boost since we'll both have it. But yeah, so this map, I actually kind of like it. It was actually a little fun. However, I don't like that it's only 2 bases, one base here and one base over here. I think if we had at least one more base on either side or even in the middle, this would have been a better map, but it plays a little bit slow because of that. We do have this airport in the corner, but it also means air units are only going to come from one direction here, and that's not too great either. So definitely a slow match, but like I said, I have a certain strategy that I implement that won me 2 of these games on this map. So let's just go ahead, hop right into it. In case you guys are wondering, yes, I'm playing Days of Ruin music in the background. I love Days of Ruin music, and it's perfect actually for being neutral as far as the game goes. So great music in the background. Let's hop right into the match. Oops, don't do that. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to be player 1 in the Purple Lightning, and then he's going to be player 2. So obviously, like any match, we're just going to start with capture phases. As much as you can, you definitely want to get these chain captures. Like right here, I can go this way. Here, I can go this way. So you definitely want to do that when you can. Same thing with 1 infantry going back here to capture these 2. You don't want to send 2 infantry back here, or go right here and capture this way. So actually, this guy can go here, here, and then here, so that's actually really big. So like I said, we're just gonna capture a whole bunch of properties, nothing too big. So what already a big difference is I sent my infantry over here. I may go here or go here. I'm probably going to go down because there's 2 properties for me to capture. He elected to go forward and capture this 1 property, so let's see what I do. Yeah, so I'm going to go down and capture these 2 while this guy goes forward to capture this one. This will give me an extra 1,000 income 1 turn or 2 turns earlier than he will, which is actually really good. And getting your income early on it might help decide the match. So I build a tank on my right side, and he goes ahead and will counter my tank with his own tank on the right side. So again, we're just going to be capturing properties here and there. I didn't have enough money for a tank, so I decided to just build 2 more infantry. He does have enough money for a tank and an infantry, so he builds his second tank immediately. Alright, so Again, we're just capturing. So far, we don't have any captured properties in the middle other than the comm towers. Mine here and his here. I move my tank forward, giving me a little bit of territorial position, so his tank can't move too much further forward. I built a recon and an artillery. I built artillery here because of how congested it is here. There's only 2 squares he can move through here, so if I just put like an infantry or even my tank, he can't get through. And I built a recon over here because all he has over here currently is infantry. And I'm sure I'll follow up with a tank on the next turn. He can strike my recon if he wants, but then I'll most likely get a strike with my tank following it. So his tank comes forward. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal because I'll have my artillery here. Builds in a 3rd tank, so he's got a tank chain going here on the right side, but nothing over on the left. So my recon's automatically going to be a little useful. Should bring my mouse this side, I guess. So my recon moves forward. I move my tank back and move my artillery here to cover my infantry and tank. Move more infantry into the middle. This infantry is just out of range of that tank, so I don't have to worry about getting attacked there. I ignore this city, so this infantry can capture here. I'll capture these 2 cities on my next turn. I build a 2nd and 3rd tank, 1 in each base. Chobi's turn moves in. So I already have these 2 cities and this one. He only has these 2 cities and not even the airport. So right now I'm already ahead as far as the capture game goes. And he does have a couple in the infantry in the middle capturing, but that's not that big of a deal because we're both going to be here at the same time. So he builds an infantry and an anti-air. His anti-air's a preemptive move towards me building battlecopters. But anti-airs are also good against infantry and indirect units, so it's not a bad idea to build them up early. I want to prevent... So, before we move on from here, my plan that worked on both this map, or this match and my other one, is to prevent my opponent from having as much properties as me. AKA, I want to make sure I have the income advantage. So what's going to happen is you'll notice throughout this match that I'm going to try and target all his infantry so he cannot capture. And therefore, even if he's controlling the combat side of the match, as long as I have the income advantage, I will eventually catch up to him in value. And we'll see that throughout the match. Now, will that prove to get me the win? We'll see. So I build another tank and another infantry. Chobi's turn. Like I said, this strategy worked on the other match. The other guy resigned really early, but he wasn't as good. Chobi's actually a more experienced player than my other match, so he gets a free shot here. My tank is unfortunately just out of range. I don't know why I decided to capture here. It's kind of a waste. It's a free hit for him. Decides to stop the capture because there's no point, and he moves off. So now I already stopped 1 capture. That's fantastic. And he continues to move towards the middle. Tanks move towards the middle. Finishes off my infantry here. Builds 2 more tanks. So he's building lots of tanks. As you guys can see, I have a recon, I have an artillery, and then a whole bunch of tanks as well. So we have a little bit of a different build order and different build priorities, but we'll see which one proves beneficial. So as my turn rolls in, I have 3 more cities I'm going to be capturing. So now I have taken the income lead. But he does have 2 captures going, so on his turn, he'll have taken the income lead. So my recon moves forward, because again, there's nothing in range to attack it, so I get a free hit on infantry, and I start capturing the city, as he only has damaged infantry and or this tank, which will lead me to be able to hit his tank from the city, so I don't think he'll want to use that. Tank comes in, so I can guard these infantry here. And again, this artillery is I'm just playing defense right here. I'm going to focus most of my offense on this side, while all my defensive units come here, like this artillery. And we're going to move towards the middle to help reinforce. And I build my first battlecopter, tank, and infantry. So I see all his units moving this way, so I build the tank here to help go towards the middle. Or if he really moves this way, then I can actually go this way and try to maybe snag some properties on this side. But I do build my first battlecopter because they will be useful on this map. So he captures 2 more cities and takes the income lead. he tries to capture this city too, and so that's not good because he will get the income lead ahead of me. He builds a medium tank and an infantry. Let's see what he does with his tanks. He's probably just going to set up defensively in the middle, like so. But I did get this city, just like he's going to get this city, so we'll even trade there. So I even up the income lead. Move my artillery here to attack this infantry. So even if he gets the city, at least I can hit a unit this next turn, which is nice. The helicopter moves forward. I'm going to try to capture that neutral city in the middle. I'm going to group my tanks together, so even if he attacks one of my tanks, it's not going to be too scary. And he doesn't have much over here, so I'm going to try and capture this city. He has an infantry. If he attacks me, I'll be able to kill it next turn. I built a second battlecopter, an artillery on the left side, and a mech here. This mech is actually pretty good because it can go through the mountains, it can go through the river, and like I said, I'm playing a lot of defense on this side, so this mech doesn't have to worry about going far. It just has to be in this area. Chobi's turn moves in, day 10. He comes in with the tank, attacks my infantry, I think he's going to kill it. He's going to try to capture as well, so that's not good for me. But I did get that city for extra income for one turn, so that's nice. And he's going to move up his troops, you know, keeping them in a defensive position so that they can all cover each other. Builds an artillery and a battlecopter on the left hand side, as well as a tank on the right. So this is where I noticed something. Let's see, let's wait until the end of his turn here. Okay. So he'd like to let me have the city. So if I show you guys real quick, I'm going to capture 2 cities this turn. So I now have the income lead with 1,000 income. He's capturing neutral city here and capturing my city here. So in order for me to get my plan to work, I have to stop these 2 captures. And to further that, I have to make sure I take properties away from him. So let's see what happens in the next few turns. Recon attacks infantry, artillery attacks infantry. I attack more infantry with mine from the mountains, so 2 really nice engagements here, as well as a free shot here. But he did capture that city. Nothing can attack my infantry here, so this guy's kind of safe, and the battlecopter can't reach. Battlecopter moves in here, the entire is out of range. He's not quite close to his power yet, so I'm not worried that he's going to kill it. And if he does, my mech can attack the entire if it does get over here. So I have 2 infantry here, and the only way for him to come in is through these 2 blocks. So the infantry alone are enough to protect my artillery. So I'm going to move my tank back this way and reinforce the center. So I interrupt both these caps, even with me risking my tank getting hit from the city. And I'm going to actually think I'm going to form a line, if I'm correct. No, actually just leave my tanks here. So I have a battlecopter, a tank, so what? And even this one here. These can all reinforce this guy that's stopping this neutral city capture. So like I said, I have the income lead now, and I'm going to try to hold this income lead as long as I can, and try to get more if I can. So I built a battlecopter, infantry, and an entire for the incoming battlecopter on the left. So obviously he moves back. No point in staying there. Excuse me. Tank comes in, as expected, attacks my tank from the city, very good hit. But, like I said, it prevents him from capturing. Tank moves on to the city and destroys my recon. But it's done its job. I have the city, and he has no healthy infantry here to capture it. Infantry and artillery move up, but again, I have the city already, so I just need to play defense. So I'm not too worried about it. Medium tank finally rolling in. This is, 2 turns later. So it still hasn't seen any action. Then he's probably just going to move up everything else. Builds an anti-air and a battlecopter. More infantry. He likes to build his units in the middle of his turn, which is very interesting. Usually you want to wait till the end to see what you might need after your turn's done, but okay. Anti-air moves forward, attacks with the infantry here, and now it's my turn. Alright. So right now, as of my turn, he has a 18,000 income or a value lead ahead of me, slight unit count ahead of me, but I do have the 1 extra property, and that's this neutral city right here that he does not have. So that's good for me. And let's see how I counter his counter to my attack. So, if you guys saw that right there, I used my 3 infantry to suicide and damage this infantry to a 9. What this does is it allows it keeps his infantry from capturing any of my cities in 2 turns. Now it will take 3, which gives me a lot of time to getting income and make it easier for me to interrupt these captures. He only has a 5, 5, and 9, 7, 4, and a 5 here. This full HP infantry is my next target. As long as I keep his infantry from capturing properties, I'm going to be good to go. So I want to take a defensive position because he's got a lot of tanks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks, an anti-air and a medium tank against my 1, 2, 3 full HP tank, copter, and artillery. So he definitely has the combat advantage right now. But like I said, I have the income lead, and that's going to play a big part coming in the future as I suicide my 5 infantry onto this full HP infantry, making it so he can't capture this neutral city in just 2 turns. It'll take 3 or more. And I keep moving my units up, and like I said, this artillery is just playing defense just so he can't come this way. I build a medium tank of my own on the left side, which moves a lot faster than if I built it here coming around these mountains. It's going to come into play in just 2 turns. And now his turn rolls in. Alright, so he moves his medium tank forward as far as he can because nothing can really attack it. Starts to capture this city, protects it with the artillery. Decent move here. It looks like he's going to try and recover all his infantry on properties. But they're all damaged, so it's going to be a while before they're actually useful. And again, he's going to ball up his units as well. Seeing that I'm playing defense, he needs to be careful of where he attacks. Obviously, he's going to try to capture here. But like I said, it's going to take a few turns. Same thing with this one. It's going to take 3 turns before he can capture it. So I'm not too worried. He builds a battlecopter, a tank, and an infantry here. So it looks like all the battle's going to happen on this side. Nothing too much on this side, especially with me playing defense with just the artillery and infantry. Alright, my turn rolls in. I'm going to, move forward a little bit here because I want to make sure he doesn't get these captures. So I need to push a little bit here. So I use my side slip. I attacked a couple units and got my side slip this turn, giving me a +1 movement to all my units. What this allows me to do is to kill the tank, move in with my tank here, kill the infantry. Battlecopter moves in, attacks the infantry, capturing the city. We'll kill it with my mech. We're actually going to interrupt this capture with both my infantry here, because sacrificing my infantry to keep this from being captured, it's fine by me. Because like I said, I have the income lead. I'm going to surround his medium tank with infantry, so he has to either attack the infantry with his medium tank or come around this way. Anti moves forward to help prevent his battlecopters from attacking freely. I'm also going to get a couple more shots on all his tanks. So now, he has 1, 2 healthy tanks and entire battlecopter medium tank left. He lost 3 tanks, so now I have damaged tanks as well. But I think it was a pretty good attack. Give me a numbers advantage. I attack yet another full HP infantry here. So this is really good. So now, again, he's not going to be able to capture anything. And I protect this infantry. And I might be able to start capturing next turn. And battlecopter moves up as well. So I move my battlecopter forward because he's going to want to attack one battlecopter, one of these 3. So I might as well move all of my battlecopters forward, since he can only attack one of them this turn. And using my side slip, I actually get to move my medium tank onto this forest instead of being stuck on this shore. So that's just another turn, or another space forward that I get to move it. I build an anti-air and a tank, and I end my turn. His turn rolls in, comes in with the anti-air, killing my infantry. Not scared of this infantry. Again, it's going to take 3 turns for him to capture the city, so that's not nothing to worry about. He pops his side slip now, giving him +1 movement to all his units. Artillery kills my infantry here. Infantry moves forward, killing my infantry. But again, he's not capturing the city anymore, and it's a 1 HP infantry, so it's going to be a while before he captures. Tank attacks mine. Tank moves in, kills 1 tank here with his weakened unit as well. Medium tank one-shots my 9 HP tank. That kind of hurts. Copter attacks my tank. And he's going to move his infantry back to move his tanks forward. Kills 1 copter here. Not too bad. Infantry attacks mech. This is a good engagement for him. Anytime you can attack mechs with your infantry, it's always a good idea. Even if you're going to take a losing engagement, because mechs are worth 3 times as many infantry. So this was nice for him, but it still can do some damage. And he's going to continue trying to weaken my tanks here. And again, this infantry still, it's going to capture again, but I'm definitely going to try to stop this, because if he takes it, we'll switch properties, so he'll have an income lead and I will go down drastically. So for sure this was kind of a wasted infantry. I would have attacked one of mine for sure. Built another battlecopter, an anti-air, and an infantry. So he's starting to build battlecopters, which is very smart of him. But I do have a couple anti-airs coming in, so he needs to be careful of that. My turn rolls in. Tank comes in. I want to make sure I damage this anti-air. As long as the 2 anti-airs are nullified, then my battlecopters have free reign. This one's kind of out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can only move this far. So I'm actually free to attack this tank this turn, as long as I kill or damage the anti-air. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So obviously my infantry, I'm going to interrupt that capture, destroying that infantry, which is really nice. This one's not even close to being captured, so I don't have to worry about it. So now, I move my medium tank here in the middle, covering my artillery, so this medium tank can't really attack anything worth of value, or his medium tank can't attack anything worth value, unless it wants to get hit by mine first. So he needs to be careful there. I'm not going to capture the city, because I can't cover this infantry from this side of the river. So I'm just going to play it a little bit defensive. Sacking my tank here to try and deal as much damage as I can to that anti-air, so my copters don't die in one shot. Finish off another tank here. And of course I'm going to move my anti-air onto the city, killing the copter here. I built one more copter in this corner and 2 more tanks. So if you take a look at the map, again, I still have the income lead by 1 property. It's this neutral city here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry are damaged, and only 2 full HP infantry that are not even close to properties that can be captured. So I'm preventing him as much as I can from capturing any properties to gain an income lead, even if that means I sacrifice some of the combat advantage. So let's see what he does. Tank comes in, kills my tank. No surprise. He's going to switch his 1 HP infantry, start capturing with the 10. That's a good decision. Copter moves over, attacks my infantry. Medium tank comes over onto the city because he doesn't want to move in here and get shot by mine. So he gets a free kill on the infantry. That's fine by me. Infantry kills my tank with a little bit of luck damage there. He activates his side slip this turn after moving half his army. This allows his anti-air to come in and attack my battlecopter. Battlecopter comes in, attacks my other battlecopter as well. Anti-air attacks my mech. So a decent side slip considering he used half his army. He builds a battlecopter, a tank, and infantry. Other tank moves back. So because he attacked here, I would have actually just used this tank to attack maybe an infantry or something else, because he's already moved in, so I'm already going to hit units. So he might as well have kept this tank up in the front, but I don't know, maybe that's my opinion. My turn moves in. I try to kill his 1 HP infantry with mine, but unfortunately that didn't work out so well. So I get a nice shot here with my infantry here. So I activate my side slip. I keep my mech in the back because it could still be used as a wall. Medium tank comes in, attacks the anti-air. Infantry tries to help kill it with luck damage. Didn't work out so well for me. This again can also be used as a wall, so I want to keep this copter alive if I can. And or I could regroup it later for some money, which is going to also be good. My anti-air comes in, kills battlecopter here. Artillery moves on to the city for a defensive positioning. I'm going to try to recover my tank if I can too. Move tank forward. So now I can capture this city, and only infantry can attack me, in which it's going to be a losing engagement if he tries to. So I'm going to hope that I can try at least... Oh look, I even try actually block. I actually block here with my artillery, because only infantry can come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because he has his power active. So actually his tanks can only go up to here, unless it's this damaged one. So I'm actually going to take this city from him, which is actually really good. I even interrupt this, sacrificing my anti-air from this artillery. But like I said, 1, 2, 3 damaged infantry. they cannot capture any properties. All his full power infantry are on this side, and all my exposed properties are on this side. So there's no way for him to capture any of my properties. And like I said, I'm going to be capturing this one next turn, giving me a bigger income lead. I build a tank, anti-air, and a battlecopter to finish. Alright, so his turn rolls in. Obviously attacks my copter or anti-air here, and he's going to regroup these infantry. So now it's at 8. So in 2 turns he'll capture the city. But again, I'm not too worried, because it's still another 2-3 turns away before he even gets income from that city. Uses 2 copters to finish off my anti-air. So that's 1, 2, 3 units that he spent trying to kill 1 unit. So that means they're not doing anything else on this side. Moves in his back units, of course. Builds his infantry mid-turn. So now he's got a lot of damage units, so he's retreating. Builds a medium tank in this far corner. Very interesting build. To be honest, I would have built a couple units instead of 1 medium tank, but attacks artillery here. That moves his infantry back, and he's going to retreat a little bit, taking a defensive position again. Because why not? There's nothing that he can do. Attacking into the artillery is bad, as well as not getting the first shot on my medium tank, so he moves back. So I take this property from him, now giving me a 3 property or 3 income lead, 3k income lead. So this is huge. This is really big for me. And again, 1, 2 infantry are in range of my properties, but it's going to be a while before you can actually capture them. And 1, 2 infantry, 3, 4, they're all far away from my cities. So he's not even close to capturing any of my cities yet. I even go for the neutral city here with my artillery guarding it. So that might be even more income for me. And again, I have weakened units here that can act as walls too. So this is really good. Look at this positioning, very nice. So I don't really care if he attacks these 2 with his tanks, because that means I can use my tanks to hit them, and they're just attacking infantry. And my artillery is going to guard the most important stuff, which is my anti-air and my infantry. This artillery has also been very good. Went from here, playing defense, to all the way around, and now it's playing defense guarding this city that I just took from him. So when you have the income lead, you can play heavy defense, because in order for your opponent to catch up to you, he needs to attack you and get the income lead back, or even out the playing field. I feel like I'm losing in the unit count, and I'm losing in, or was losing in value, but because I built units this turn, I actually caught up in value. But I am losing in unit count, and I'm losing in technically in combat territory, but he has no infantry to capture my properties. Therefore, every turn that goes by, I'm going to get an extra 3,000 income above him, which will help even out the playing field. So let's see what he does. So he tries to capture here. That's kind of funny, but he can't move in and attack my units, because he's going to lose a lot of units if he does that. And so he's stuck playing defense on his own, or like a stall game. And the longer that goes on, the better for me. So he's got 3 medium tanks now, and 3 copters, but they're not doing anything. And his infantry are getting a little bit closer here, but again, they're not really doing anything. So I get this neutral city. I even attack his artillery with my anti-air, because there's nothing that can actually harm this. Even this 4 will attack my anti-air, and I'll actually do enough retaliation damage I could probably kill it the next turn after. And my goal is to either he has to move these units back, and so I can attack this infantry, or he sacrifices more units. So again, I'm going to just play defense, because I have the income lead, and so I'm in no hurry to try and attack. I'm trying to even out the unit value and the unit count. So I built another copter. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 copters in a row that I've built. And another anti-air and another infantry. Anti-air, one of my favorite things to do is build anti-airs in preparation for copters, but also they're really good for killing infantry, whether it's on planes or on roads. And if not killing them, at least fully weakening them down to 1 or 2 HP, so something else like infantry or even weakened units like these guys can finish them off. So anti-airs are really good. You don't always have to build a tank, especially when your enemy has like medium tanks. There's no point. So he eventually gets the city. That's fine because I still have a 2k income lead over him. Starts to capture the city, so now he's going to try definitely even up the playing field. So he retreats here because, again, he has nothing that can attack my anti-air. He moves in here for anti-air and kills my infantry with his infantry here. Attacks with his medium tank and then uses his anti-air to attack my artillery. I was actually a little shocked by this because this means my medium tank can get the first shot on his. And this is where I'm going to say that he made a pretty big mistake. And I'll show you guys why. So again, he moves back, and still, not too many units that can damage this anti-air. This tank is here now, but I definitely need to stop this capture. I'm not sure if I do. I'm pretty sure I do, though. Okay, so my medium tank can attack his medium tank first this turn, as long as I clear out this pathway here. And so, to me, this was a big mistake because he's trying to chain his medium tanks here. But as long as I block this pathway, he can't attack mine. So let's see what I do. 7 tank comes in, clear the way, so I can probably attack this infantry. I move in with my tank 4 here, killing this infantry, and I activate my side slip, giving me 1 extra movement on all my units. So, if you guys haven't seen already, I'm going to actually have a pretty good turn this time. Anti-air comes all the way back here, attacks the infantry, nullifying it from capturing my city. I kill the other anti-air. So now this side, nothing can really kill my anti-air. This side only has 1 tank. But not anymore, because my tank comes in from all the way down here, attacks it. So now there's no tanks in this area that can harm my anti-airs. Artillery attacks medium tank. Infantry goes to threaten this city by capturing it. Mech moves forward just to be a little bit of annoying. Tank comes in, kills the anti-air, so my medium tank can come over here, attacking and dealing massive damage to the medium tank. Copter moves all the way over here with the side slip, so I can hit his copter first. The only thing that could attack this is this other battlecopter. So, or he can move all the way back here with his other anti-air, but either way, I get a nice shot on his copter before I can move in. So now, my 2 copters are going to actually attack this medium tank, dealing massive damage. This right here, that's 32,000 worth in 2 units that just got destroyed. I just destroyed like what, 28,000 worth here. So now these 2 medium tanks are practically useless. They really provide no support for him now. 1 anti-air versus 1, 2, 3 copters. He can only kill 1 this turn, and my medium tank is still relatively healthy. So really big turn for me. Big mistake for him charging in here. Kill another infantry, move my artillery forward, so guarding, some units in this area, and initiate another capture in which my artillery is guarding it. So he's in trouble because I'm starting to take some cities away from him. I even use my battlecopter here to weaken it so he can't just overwhelm my 9 copter, I guess, with his 10. That's kind of a interesting play by me, but whatever. I build another copter, of course, another just non-stop battlecopters, another artillery, and a tank. Chobi's turn moves in. He now has his Sidewinder. He pops in immediately, so giving all his units 2 movement. Moves medium tank back. Tank moves all the way forward, attacks my tank. He tries to kill it with luck damage. Did not quite work here, so now he's kind of stuck. He tries to capture here. That's cute. It doesn't matter. He tries to. He actually regroups the infantry, but that's kind of pointless in my opinion. There's no point in that. 6 tank attacks my anti-air, but again, it's not going to kill me, and I can actually kill his tank on the next turn. Infantry moves forward. Copter moves over, interrupts this capture, but only temporarily. Tank attacks, battlecopter attacks here as expected. Anti-air moves back, kills copter as expected. And now his infantry can attack my capturing one, which is no problem. Medium tank with the Sidewinder moves in all the way and attacks my tank, so that's pretty good on him. He even tries to threaten my city over here. Kills the tank here. Builds a tank, moves the anti-air forward, battlecopter, and infantry. And he surrounds my copter, which is not going to matter because this infantry can free it right here. So, my turn moves in. So now, he currently has the value lead, unit lead, but I still have the income lead, and I've had it this entire match. So let's see what happens next. Infantry comes in, frees the battlecopter, of course. I use my capturing infantry to kill the copter, because I'm already damaged. It's going to take another 2 turns, and I'm sure he won't let me do that, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish off that copter. Anti-air gets another nice hit on a free infantry here. So I move my tank back to get some repairs. Mech comes in here, so he has to use a tank or something to attack the mech. So that mech went from over down here at 1 HP all the way up here and is now getting in the way. I move my anti-air tank back here. No point in moving forward with this artillery. Medium tank comes over, finishes off the medium tank on that side. My battlecopters move in, and I'm going to obviously prevent him from capturing that city. Even if that means sacrificing one of my battlecopters to that anti-air, I can actually guard it with my artillery as well. So, and it prevents him from capturing. So it's a fair trade. Get a copter kill with my anti-air. Might as well kill him when I can, because air units are a little bit more valuable than anti-air or ground units are. And of course, we have a nice position here. Nothing can kill these units, and my artillery will be able to shoot on the tanks after. So he's in trouble. He's definitely in trouble. Alright, so I built a battlecopter, tank, and infantry. His turn rolls in. So again, let's recap. You have 2 infantry here that are pretty healthy, but they're not near my properties. He has this 9, but it's not near my properties. And these 2 5s, which are going to probably die in the next turn. So again, I have the income lead, 2k in this case, and he still cannot capture any of my cities. He just needs 1 to even out the playing field, but he cannot get those. So anti-air kills the infantry, capturing the middle. Tank attacks my anti-air here. He's going to move his infantry back. He might as well have regrouped them, because I can actually one-shot these together. Tank attacks anti-air, doesn't really do too much damage. Gets a free kill on my battlecopter, and he should, even if it risks, losing an anti-air. This was kind of stupid, in my opinion. You never want to do this and let me get a free shot onto his anti-air. But that's what he does. Medium tank moves into my artillery range just to attack a tank, and then he kills my anti-air, of course, at top. And yeah, he moves in with all his units here. Builds another medium tank up in the top right corner, and base skips his airport and base here because he has no more money. So again, as we can see, he has a 4 unit count above me, about 20,000 value lead right now. But it is my turn, and I'm about to hit him a little bit hard again. Side slip comes in here, and of course artillery right here, medium tank. Don't do it immediately. Let's see when I do it. Medium tank attacks the anti-air, making sure my battlecopters have free reign. Let's finish it off. I actually use the artillery to attack the anti-air. Why? Because I have copters here that are going to damage this medium tank. 5 artillery attacks first. Copter comes in, pretty much nullifying this medium tank entirely. Battlecopter attacks this tank. If we take a look, there's only 1 healthy tank here, and there's only 1 anti-air. He can't even attack my artillery because my copters are blocking. These medium tanks are hurt, and my medium tank is still on 9 HP. This medium tank has been very useful. It's killed like 3 units maybe, and it's only taking 1 HP damage. It's actually running low on fuel, 1/3 fuel, and or half fuel and half ammo. So it's been very useful. Same thing with these artilleries. But now he has nothing, no combat units on this side, just 1 tank and an anti-air in the middle. I even go over here. I'm going to clear out this infantry so I can go and hit this artillery. I want to hit these tanks as well. As long as this anti-air is healthy, this battlecopter can't do anything against me, so I'm going to protect it for sure. There we go. So I block this tank, or the anti-air, so even this 2 tank can't weaken it, so that way his battlecopter is useless. But I do replace the, I'm going to replace the anti-air with a healthy one. Another battlecopter, because you want to pump out battlecopters non-stop if you can prevent your enemy from building anti-airs. And that's what I do, and he resigns. And so, as you guys can see, me holding on to the income lead the entire match, it builds up very slowly. I mean, I had the income lead for like, this is day 20, so probably for the past 8 to 10 days, that's an extra 20,000, nearly 20,000 income if it's only, 2k income. At one point I had a 4k or 5k income. So, it's anywhere from 20 to 30k, 20,000 extra funds that I've had over the course of the match just from having the properties. So, he definitely had the unit value lead over the course of the majority of the match, but I had good positioning and I kept his infantry from being healthy to capture any of the properties that I owned. And then, of course, like I said, he kind of suicided his medium tanks here. I think he underestimated the power of battlecopters against medium tanks. There are one comm towers on both sides. So copters will do anywhere from like 3 to 4 HP for when attacking. So definitely do not count battlecopters as weak units when it comes to medium tanks. They are very scary. So especially if there's two. If it's one, it's not too bad. But if there's two battlecopters near your medium tank, you definitely want to be careful and probably not move in, because that's what I did. I ignored his medium tank with my artillery, and I could just use copters to kill it all day long. And so, like I said, on this map, it seems if you can control the income, because of the fact that there's only 2 bases and 1 airport, then you will control this match. I didn't have any unit lead or value lead this entire game, and until the middle end. So definitely get the income lead, and then prevent your enemy from capturing, and then you should be good to go. Obviously, anytime either player makes a mistake, that you got to capitalize on it. But he made more mistakes than I did, so good for me, sucks for him. So I hope you guys enjoyed this replay commentary. I have one more saved right now that I'll be working on soon, and then I'm definitely still working on my random CO War Room challenge, so go check out that video series. Check out Hollow Knight on Tuesdays. As of right now, I'm streaming on Tuesdays, Hollow Knight, and Halo on Thursdays. And yeah, I'll keep pumping out more Advanced Wars content. Oh, big note, because of this win, this is the first time that I actually reached 1200 player rating on Advanced Wars by Reb. 1200 is actually a pretty good milestone. A lot of the elite players when I started playing on the website were only around 1300. Now they're about 17 because they just keep playing and playing and playing over the years, but to be able to be the same rating where a lot of the pro players were when I started means a lot to me. And as of right now of this day, I actually want a few more matches, and I'm actually almost 1250. My goal is at least to reach 1300. Then I'll probably be recognized as a pretty dangerous player. But my ultimate goal obviously is to be maybe top 10 in the world. That'd be fantastic. Fog of War I suck at, but to be able to reach top 10 in standard and or high funds would be would mean a lot to me. So I'm definitely going to keep playing, keep improving my skills, and hopefully I'll reach there someday. Like I said, I started at, every player starts at 800, but to reach 1200 and almost 1300 now, really big milestone for me. So this match, very big for me, 1200, and moving forward, hopefully I'll keep winning and get my rating even higher. So like always, like the video, comment down below what you guys thought, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and stay tuned for more Advanced Wars content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.